Hey, welcome to another episode of the Transparent Trading Academy. This is your host, Trader Travis, author of the book Options Trading Made Simple. Now, if you're new to the Academy, you're going to watch me, an average guy, attempt to take $1,000 and turn it into $1 million trading only one stock. I'm going to do it publicly. So either I will succeed on a grand scale or fall flat on my face. Now, the tool I'm using to do this is something called stock options. Now, stock options allow you to make money when the stock market goes up, down, or sideways, and you can often make 50 to 100% return on your money in a matter of days, if not weeks. And you'll see proof of that, in these case study videos. Now, today I'm really excited to bring this episode to you because in this video, I want to teach you what I consider the true holy grail of trading success and why most technical indicators are completely useless. I'm also going to outline a secret to how I earn 11.5% on my money each month without actually owning the stock I was trading. And I only risk maybe about 5% what I actually had to invest with. So 95% of my money or my investment capital was sitting in cash, and I still made 11.5% on my money each month. And then you'll see the one single book that put a stop to my wife and I getting a divorce. So hope you enjoy, and if you like this video, then just make sure you subscribe to this channel and also recommend it to your friends. Take care and talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Okay, so let's give a quick performance update here. What you're looking at is the buy and hold performance. I have earned a whopping $46.62. So we divide it by the roughly $1,000 I invested. And you can see that thus far, in about 2 months, I've made 4.5%, which is nothing to sneeze at. I mean, it is a profit, right? I used to be a profit snob. This is what I told my students. A funny story how I used to be a profit snob. When I first learned the skill, I was hey, I want to take $100 and turn it into $1 million in a year. I thought I'd be like a full-time trader after a year. The reality is a lot more sober, which I won't get into. But, I would look at these $46 trades and that's nothing. And I would turn my nose up at it and and I'd call myself a profit snob. At the time, I didn't feel like I was a profit snob. Now, look back, though, after learning and studying up under several millionaires, and all profit adds up. These little dollar amounts right here eventually add up to be millions in the bank. So you have to just be grateful and appreciative for any profit you earn. There's a lot of people right now either break even in their investments or losing money. And they would love to be in a situation where they've earned, 4.5% on their account in a couple of months. Okay. So that's where the buy and hold is at. Okay. If we come here to my Roth, the other trading account, you don't see any trades here. Why? Because I close out my trades as explained in the previous video. And if you go back to the previous video, I explained why. So now what I want to do is run my transparent transaction sheet, to be fully transparent, to show you exactly what I'm doing. This is my TD Ameritrade brokerage accounts, my Roth account. I'm trading options in my Roth account. All right, so I'm going to hit view here, and these are all the trades I've made since I started this a couple of months ago. So we can come down here, you can see all the transactions here. And so what I'm going to do is do what I've stated before. I always just download them they show up into like a CSV file here. So I'm just going to pull that up. And again, just being fully transparent with you, I do this, I record me adding up these columns so you can see that my pretty spreadsheet that you're about to see in a second hasn't been doctored up, and it's the same exact trades here. So the sum totals should be the same here. And I just screwed up that because I am not, something else about me while you wait for me to fix my stupid arrow. I am a is a term I heard this lady say, tech-tarded, or another term. I'm very technically illiterate. I'm not good with Excels and things like that. My students learn to not go to me because I'm not very savvy with technology, believe it or not. So anyway, you can see I added up those columns, 24208. Now let's come to my pretty spreadsheet here. You can see the same total here. So $242 I've made in the active account trading options. So that represents about 23% on my money in a couple of months. So about 11.5% a month I've made thus far on my account each month, compounded. And, I say that kind of matter of factly because I've been doing this for over a decade. I'm a little desensitized to the performances and, how leveraged options are. But newer traders would literally give like their left arm over this type of performance in a couple of months. So, forgive me, give me some leeway sometimes if I don't get all super giddy about it. Sometimes I do. I'm still pinch myself every day that I know this skill. So sometimes I will get giddy like a little teenage girl, but right now I'm level headed, but anyway, so what I want to do is, recap the last video. I told you neck and neck, the buy and hold was kind of neck and neck with the active style and how maybe, I can't say the active style is better, but here now you can see that the active style has pulled away from that buy and hold. And another thing I want to point out is that what is it, like 4.5% I earn on the buy and hold side. I had to invest and risk, not invest, invest or risk 100% of this $1,000 right here to earn, what was it? Let's come back here. Was it like $46 profit? So yeah, $46 profit. So I had to risk all $1,000 just to earn a $46 profit. This 23% profit right here, I only risked maybe 5 to 10% of my account at any time. I honestly didn't keep track. I know though, you can look at the smaller dollar amounts I start off with. I'm being conservative here by saying 5 to 10%. Maybe it was only 3% of my account at any one time. 90 to 95% of my account stayed in cash. So translation here, I made 23% on my money without actually owning the stock and only risking 5 to 10% of what I actually had to invest with. Now, imagine how hard my job is and how too good to be true that sounds. I've been doing this for over a decade. People ask me what I do, and I tell them they think I'm a snake oil salesman, and it sounds too good to be true because nowhere else, they don't teach this in school. Their mutual fund manager or no one else has showed them that you can make 10% or more on your money each month and only risk 5 to 10% of your money, your entire account. How to turn $1,000 into $1 million with Starbucks without actually owning the stock. So again, it sounds too good to be true, but what my millionaire mentor said, results don't lie. Okay. You can't argue with these results. You watch me step by step make these trades or take you through this journey. You can see me log into my TD Ameritrade account and you can see the journal here of all the trades I've made. You can't argue with the results. The results don't lie. Either you're rich or you're not. Either you're skinny or you're not. Results don't lie. So if you want to see if your actions and the knowledge that you have in life is serving you financially, just look at your bank account because your results don't lie. So I see a lot of people are unwilling to invest in themselves. They're scared or whatever, things are holding them back. But what they have to realize is that results don't lie. If what you knew and what you were doing could bring you the results you wanted in life, you'd already have it. And so you always want to look at your results. So I'm looking at the results here. I'm like, okay, what I know and what I'm doing is working right now. And when it stops working, then I need to gain some other knowledge. I need to, invest in myself to become a better version of myself. And another thing I want to point out here is that this stock profit here of $46 is a paper profit. Okay. The option profit here, I am in zero trades right now, option wise. I am sitting in cash. This profit, this 23% profit you see right here, it's already been locked in and it's ready for me to spend or reinvest into the growth of this account to make it larger. With the buy and hold, you have paper profits. And what generally happens is you have a nice paper profit and then you watch the stock market take it all away before you have a chance to cash it in. You've been trained to buy and hold and no one's taught you profit locking techniques. And yeah, I'm sitting here, as soon as I said that, I'm like, profit, something doesn't sound right about that. I was like, oh yeah, profit locking. I was thinking my breakdancing days, popping locking, but profit locking techniques. All right. New word. I'm coining it. I'm trademarking it. Right. So anyway, the secret that you see, but you also don't see because I haven't pointed out to you is that trading options, you can get these type of returns, but you're protected at all times because I am following the same risk management formulas I teach in my advanced programs. And that is never risk your entire account on any one trade. Always risk a small amount because of the leverage of options. A true secret to wealth that I found is to create these low risk, high reward situations. So this is an example of that. Low risk, meaning I only risk a small part of my account, but you can see the high rewards. 11.5% on my money each month equals so far a total of 23% overall on this account I'm trading. Because when you do buy and hold, yeah, I'm profiting. I won't complain, but I had to risk 100% of my account. So my entire account is at risk. And when you do that, you open yourself up to what I consider, account crippling losses. Case in point, let's come back here to the S&P 500 and let's look at a 10-year chart so we can go back to the years of 2007 and 2009. Most people, the mere mention of that time frame brings up bad memories because it seems like the majority of people I knew lost maybe 50% or more of their money during this big crash. And if that happened to you, I am truly, 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 truly sorry, because it was completely unnecessary. If you knew what we knew and knew what my students knew, you could have, like us, used this crash to triple your retirement account. And so one of my goals right now is that I want to make sure I'm giving you all this education because I want to make sure that those type of losses don't happen to you again. I'm going to show you a little trick here. This is something I teach in my more advanced program, but I'm going to slip it in real quick for you. Okay, let me pull on one of my templates we teach in the Bear Market Blueprint. The Bear Market Blueprint is the training where, I show the students what we use to triple our retirement account during a market crash, how we spotted that market crash, and the tools we use, all right? So one of those tools is every stock gives you clues. You have to pay attention to the clues. No market crash ever happens by surprise. It always gives you clues beforehand. And one of the clues is, you can look here, we just have some simple moving averages on here. So one of the clues could be, okay, well, when the shorter term moving average, which is this red line right here, and I know it's hard to see, I was trying to zoom in for you, but here we go. I'll zoom in right here. Okay, so think clues. So one of the clues could be, okay, we have 3 moving averages on here, shorter term. And so before I let you go here, let's come here to Market Club, because I have been using, of course, Market Club here. Oh, real quick, Market, I just noticed I have another thing pulled up. Talking about clues here, 5 Love Languages, right? This book, The 5 Love Languages, is a huge, huge, huge book. I would say it's probably up there as far as one of the books that is the reason why my wife and I are still alive. Still married. I was like, something doesn't sound right. Still alive. You're like, wow, that's a powerful book. It's keeping them alive. No, still married, because we struggled in the beginning. We contemplated splitting up and all kinds of things. Like, this book bridged that gap between our struggles, and it's because we have 2 very different love languages. The quick summary is the book teaches 5 love languages. If you feel your partner or significant other doesn't love you, they may be showing you an immense amount of love, but in a different language than you're used to. For example, my wife's love language is words of affirmation. Well, usually have a primary love language and a secondary. Her primary love language is words of affirmation. Mine is acts of service. So the way she shows love and the way she prefers to receive love is by saying nice things to people. And she wants nice things to be said to her, right? I grew up in a very abusive, cold, hard environment, my opinion, right? I don't remember my parents ever telling me they love me or saying anything, none of that, right? So I don't remember hugs or any of that, right? It's just a very hardcore environment. So saying like, oh, I love you and all these sweet things, it just wasn't on my radar. You grow up and you learn how to survive and get by without needing somebody to give you all those words of affirmation, right? So, but my love language is acts of service. I like doing things for people, and I like people to do things for me. So here my wife was feeling unloved. I was feeling unloved. I'm like, I am doing all this stuff for you. I'm washing dishes. I'm like, I'm washing your car. I'm like, listen to all this stuff I am doing, saying, I love you, and you're not giving me anything in return, because she wasn't doing anything for me. And she was feeling the same way. And I wasn't saying anything nice to her. I wasn't affirming her as a person. So we were always butting heads. And then when we read this book, we were like, oh my gosh, we have 2 entirely different love languages. So now I had to force myself to be that person that always says nice things. It's not natural for me. It's still hard. I'm a very blunt, hardcore person behind the scenes. I don't candy coat. My wife was like, yeah, you're bluntly rude. And I was like, yeah. But anyway, so I have to work at it. And she has to work now at doing things for me, like cleaning up or, taking the kids so I can have some me time and go to the movies, So we had to learn to speak each other's language and love each other in the way that feels the best for us. And so we've been fine since. And so I highly recommend this book to you. Now, with that butterfly moment out of the way, let's come here now to the charts. Let's look at Starbucks here. So let's come back here to my spreadsheet and look at the performance again before I leave you one last tip here. Now, again, I've made about 11.5% on my money each month so far, but don't forget the trade-off of time. How much time did I devote to this? Because you have to decide how much time you want to devote to your trading. On my website, I say Tim Ferriss, the author of the 4-Hour Workweek, I think is the book, influenced me to be a lifestyle trader, meaning that somebody who makes money but still has a life. Life for me is defined by spending a lot of quality time with my family. So this active style, all these trades you see right here takes me maybe 10 minutes a day. I'm only trading one stock. It's not any research. I'm just looking at one stock. It takes me at most 10 minutes a day to manage and 10 minutes a day to place a trade. It's not a huge investment of time. I'm also not delusional though. You can see I made a lot of trades. So I am busy, but I'm busy 10 minutes at a time, right? And just doing that, the performance is superior to the buy and hold, 11.5% each month or 23% overall, where the buy and hold is only up, 4.5%. And so you can kind of see this when you look at all of my videos. They're on average. This one is a little bit longer. I apologize. I hope this is still added some value to your life. But all of my videos on average about 15 to 20 minutes long. Now, if I didn't have to teach you what I was doing, it still would take me about 5 minutes to do what I do. So just thinking about all of my rambling in these videos, 15, 20 minutes long, he's teaching me thought process, teaching me what he's looking at, teaching me what he's thinking. If I wasn't teaching, it'd be automatic. It's like tying my shoe. I taught my son how to tie his shoe. It took 5-10 minutes to teach him. But how long does it take you to tie your shoe? A couple of seconds. But when you're teaching somebody, it's a slower process because you have to walk through it in a methodical manner. So I want you to just remember that. This is proof that you can have superior performance and only take 10 minutes a day. Again, that's one of those things that sounds too good to be true, but I am so glad I'm documenting this so you can see that it is true. So ignore the naysayers, let them keep their opinion and you keep the real world results you accomplish because results don't lie. So you take care. I'll talk to you soon. And again, I hope this video has added some value to your life. If so, please share it with your friends. Do not go on this journey alone. I want more people seeing this. I want more people to see what's possible when you take control. I am here to empower men and women to stand on their own 2 feet, to take back control of their investments and make these type of returns instead of suffering the account crippling losses they get when they have their account managed by someone else that still gets paid even when you lose money. There is absolutely zero accountability in that professionally managed money industry, or what I consider the mutual fund industry. All right, let me stop here before I get all worked up. I'll talk to you in our next video, case study video next week. All right, bye-bye.